today we'll be covering like module 3, like what are the debugging tools, okay? Like
Oh,
example debugger, trace monitor, difference between the debugging tools and okay, we'll be covering that. Already the data tester is already covered in the module 1 itself.
yeah.
Okay, so basically, what is an example debugger? So example debugger utility configures like the debug logging option displays the result request and response log created by the server. Nothing but suppose like you are getting an issue, okay?
Hmm.
Like you wanted to trace it. What like you have different debugging tools like example debugger utility and trace monitor and some more, okay?
Hmm.
Like what this debugger will be doing now, it will give the request response, I mean like session request and session response with the time and with at what time that execution is failing with all the warnings and failures it will be displaying here, whereas in trace monitor you cannot see that.
I cannot see what? The
You
session.
cannot, yeah, you cannot see the request and response in detail, like how
Okay.
much loading time it's taking and at what time it's failing, at
Okay.
what path. Here in debugger tool now we can see field ID, we can see session time, we can see session response, and at what time it's failing, everything, how much wait time is taking to load that particular field, everything in detail we can see in the debugger tool.
Yeah.
Whereas data tester, you are doing it in the manuscript. This is not a manuscript. This is a separate installation app, I mean, like debugger tool app.
Okay.
So you are doing this completely in a tool, whereas data tester, you are doing it in a manuscript.
Okay.
Okay. So here you can see all the debugging loggings with each and every step of in a detail.
Yeah.
Example, debugger and server must be installed on the same machine. The name of
Hmm.
the active server is displayed at the bottom of the window. Nothing but the server and the debugger should be in the same machine itself. If not, na, the server like the server name or server request or server response cannot be traced.
Hmm.
Okay, like would I mean like yeah, this debugger tool will be connecting with the example server and check whether like it calculates with the time as well, like how this field is working.
Okay.
So for that we need to install server in the same machine. And accessing the example debugger utility. So how you access this debugger utility? Click on the toolbar and click on the example debugger button. Okay. You can
Hmm.
also do like F8 or you can also click on directly F8. Close
Okay.
debugging section before existing debugger utilities. Nothing but suppose you have started a debugging uh, like you have started the session by on click of the play button, okay, in the debugging tool. Now you wanted to end that particular debugging section. So once your issue is displaying on the debugging tool, you need to click on exit. If not, now that will be keep on running and you will be seeing multiple uh, session failures.
Okay.
So in that case, you cannot trace it. I mean, like at what time, and I mean, like you can trace it, but you will be confused, like which is the first session.
Hmm.
So once your field is displaying and once your field warning or failure is displayed, then you can click on stop
Right.
or exit the section.
Okay.
Okay, like these are some of the options available on the debugging pan. Okay, of last request only, all request specific section, use TSV debugger. Okay, so what this off option will be doing, click to turn off the debugging activity. No debugging occurs. So suppose like when you click on this off now, like what are the debugging, I mean what are the issues you want to trace it, you cannot trace it when you click on the off button.
Hmm.
When it is running itself, you can see the issues.
Yeah.
After once you click on off, no matter I mean like what are the later, if any issues comes up while loading the server or while running the section server, you cannot display that will be not displayed on the debugging pane.
Hmm.
Last request only, click to log only the last request and response, nothing but you have created a policy in the Chrome, okay, like in example Express, nothing but a Chrome, okay.
Hmm.
Okay, now each what are the policy you are creating that has a separate session ID.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hmm.
so the last request only in the sense like whatever the suppose I'm creating a policy now and I'm filling all the details in the code screen.
Ah.
Okay, I filled only the I have executed only it in the code screen.
Hmm.
My last action was only the code screen. I was filling the details. Later on, I haven't navigated to any other screen. That was my last. Okay. So if I click on, if I open this debugger pane and click on the last request only in the sense, so what are the last visited field I have done? Na? I mean, like
Okay.
that details will be displayed here.
Okay.
Okay, last like code screen that so and so particular field value is given and it has been executed. Those details only will be displayed here.
Yeah.
I mean, like for example, now I am creating a policy. Okay, I'm creating a policy and I have given all the details on the code screen. On click of so and so button, I got a page break.
Hmm.
Okay, I don't know why I got page break. Now I wanted to check it. So in that case, I can click on directly like last request only.
Right.
Because once I click on the button itself, that page break happened. So later on, I haven't done any actions or I haven't done any changes in the policy. So
Hmm.
in that case, I can click on the last request only and check where it's failing.
Yeah.
So how this result will be there? The result will be in an XML format. Okay.
Okay.
The file will be in XML format, like a response or request, everything will be in a XML format. So where this will be located, basically in your local, like C program file, Duck Creek Technologies or share. So in this particular path itself, the what are the this particular XML file is there, na? This log will be
Okay.
saved automatically in the if you save, it will be automatically saved in this particular path.
Yeah.
All requests. So click to each log every request and response made by the server in the Unix file. Nothing but you want each and every detail pin to pin point to be displayed in the debugging tool. Whatever you have done from opening, from creating a policy to till code screen.
Yeah.
So that when you click on all requests, that each and every details will be displayed in an XML format with each and every request and response details. Okay, where you will be seeing that in the same part you can see this file and save it. Okay, the debug files are named as with a guide followed by .xml.
Okay.
No matter what in debugging, whatever the file you are creating or whatever the file you wanted to check, like where it's failing, that everything will be in a XML format. So what this altercus will do now, like it will display what are the all the request and all the response which happen with each and every field, or no matter what uh like you open some specific buttons as well on that particular screen, then all details will be displayed here.
Okay.
in the debugging tool. If you click on the all request option,
Okay.
okay, that every detail will be displayed only in the XML format. No matter what are the file name you save, extension will be like .xml.
Acha.
Okay, this file will be saved in this particular path itself, like C and program file, Duckring Technologies, and share.
Yeah.
Specific section. Um, Click and enter the section name in the specific section text box or click search to locate the section. For example, mm, a defect logged in the Jira dashboard. Okay. Now, in that particular Jira requirement, a particular issue has been created. Like on click, I mean like on the rate, I mean like on the coverage screen, on click of the this particular coverage, the page break is coming, or like calculation of the premium is displaying wrong. Okay.
Hmm.
They already provided the policy number, like which, I mean like in which policy they are having that particular issue.
Yeah.
Already the policy is created and they provided the policy in which policy they are getting the issue in the particular Jira. Now, what's your duty? You need to take that particular uh, Jira. I mean, like Jira was assigned to you, and you need to take that particular policy and check why it is failing. And you need to provide the solution for your manager. Okay.
Okay.
So you first, in order to fix that particular problem, first you need to find why the solution is coming up, at what time it's coming up. You need to trace that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for that, they already provided the particular policy. I mean, like you are not able to create that particular, recreate that particular issue in the new policy. It is happening only in that particular existing policy.
Hmm.
So in that case, you need to provide that particular session ID. Okay,
Okay.
when you open that particular policy number they provide, like in the bottom when you click on I mark symbol, you can see the session ID. So you can give that particular session ID here, or click on the specific session in the debugging tool and provide the session ID details and run it. And why it's failing, you can trace it.
Right.
So this is how this specific session works. Okay, here what this specific section does now, the manuscript component automatically locks the debug details of get value request and get page request. Nothing but each and every value, like why that like I already told you, like on click of that particular coverage, the premium value is displaying wrong.
Hmm.
Now you need to like you need to check in detail. So what is section request will be doing now, get value request and get page request, every detail, like why that particular value is displaying and where the calculation is going wrong, how it is getting calculated, every detail will be displayed here in the debugging tool.
Okay.
Okay, that this particular response will be only in the XML format. Okay.
Hmm.
uh, and this you can save this particular XML file as well. Like you can check on later and you can fix the issue. Once you once you opened and you checked and you know why this issue is coming and some other task you already have, and once you like you can save this particular XML file and later on you can start this particular task.
Yeah.
Okay, you can save it like that in order to save the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't save, no. Suppose if you don't save and if you start again debugging some other defect, okay, that
Huh.
file will be gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You need to save it in order to check it, or else you need to start from first.
Hmm.
Next option is like to use TSV debugger. Okay, about this option, do now click to log debug information in a TSV file. Nothing but TSV debugging use a log file on a server to hold the details of the debugging information instead of returning the debugging details. In the response of request, this option is useful when the amount of debugging information is large.
Okay.
Okay, for example, mm, okay, like this premium value is displaying wrong for the particular coverage.
Hmm.
This premium is like this premium field will be dependent on multiple fields
Yeah.
or multiple functionalities. It will be dependent. So what will happen sometimes if you are having multiple coverages or if you're having multiple dependencies, now it will be a large file. So
Yeah.
in order to display I mean like if you use the debugging tool na, I mean like normal debugging tool in the normal options, if you use, the output will be displayed on the debugging tool. But when you want to come back and trace it, or when you want to check again with the different coverages dependencies, for example AB coverage, BC coverage, and BD coverage, you need to check. Okay, the issues is coming up with the B coverage itself.
Yeah.
When you're checking the combination of the coverages, the premium anyhow will be displaying wrong.
Hmm.
So you need to check it detail to check it. So when you use this debugging tool now, it will display. But when you want to check another some more combinations, the whatever the previous details you checked like BD, BC, those details will not be there.
Okay.
So they will be gone, right? So what this advantage of this TSV debugger is, like for example, you check now AB combination coverage and BC combination coverage, BD combination coverage.
Hmm.
Okay, those details will be holded. I mean like it will hold all those details and values as well. So now you wanted to check only the only single B coverage.
Yeah.
So in that case, you can compare why this value is coming wrong as well in TSV debugger. When you are checking in the normal particular debugging section,
Yeah.
like using a normal option, the older values will be gone.
Right.
Only you can see like details, like how much the value is printing. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, what this TSV debugger will hold the values and you can modify the values as well there.
Oh.
Only debugging tool normal option just it will display the output.
Hmm.
TSV debugger, you can update the value of the AB combination coverage. Like B for the B value, you can give 2 now. Previously, you have given 1 and check the coverage. Now you wanted to check, update the value and check. You can check it in the TSV debugger. Whereas in debugging normal, just only the output details will be displayed.
Yes.
So this is the advantage of TSV debugger.
Okay.
Working with debug file. The debug file pane contains the list of files available for debugging based on the select debug option. Nothing but suppose you wanted to work with the debug files, okay? Mm, some of the files are saved, okay? Which I mean like the issue files. You can open those and you can work on the particular debug options.
So using TSV debugger, the files that got generated, that file, are
Sorry,
they
what?
talking about?
No, I'm talking about the debugging tool. TSV debugger is completed. I just told how it works.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. I'm talking about the debugging tool.
Okay.
They gave only like two trace pointer and debugging. Okay. So how you delete a suppose like deleting the debugging file list. So how you delete it? So
Yeah.
delete the available file in the debug file list to effectually restart the debugging process. Okay. Now, I mean, like if you delete the particular what are the debugging you have done now, if you
Yeah.
delete, if you freshly execute it in a effective manner.
Okay.
Okay. This option is you need to clean up the file from all debug request section to restart reset the debugging for a specific section.
Yeah.
So no matter what, when you are for example, you have checked one issue now. Okay. Now you wanted to check the issue too. So in order to do that, you need to delete the previous file. That work is done, you need to delete it. If not, na, that section ID or response will not be faster. It will be slower.
Yeah.
In order to get the effective results or speed up the results, then you need to delete the previous files.
Yeah.
Or else that file also will be running. So that
Yes.
load time will be taking.
Yeah.
And next, I mean, like how to delete it. To delete the debug file list in the example utility center, in the select an option dialog box will appear. First, click on the example debugger and then click open. So the file will be loaded. So the appropriate content is displayed on the following tab, like with the names like debug, detail, and XML view. So when you open any particular debugging file, so
Yeah.
three tabs will be there: debug, detail, XML view. In XML view, where you can see in a detail each and every step. In
Hmm.
detail, you will be seeing like only the step with the names, not with the field ID and value.
Yeah.
In debug, you can see only the response, request response, and request section and response section at the details.
Okay.
So when you click on like control F use it to search that particular what are the debug. I mean, like what are the field you're searching, or what are the coverage you're searching, or what are the point you're searching. You can do this.
Hmm.
Click on F3 to search the next instance of that specific text. Nothing but like that particular coverage name will be happening in multiple times. Okay. So
Yeah.
in that case, you need to click on F3 to move on to the next next step.
You're right.
Click on the refresh button. Okay, this button will be available. So the debug files list will be refreshed and content list dependent on the debug setting. Click on the delete debug file button. So this button will be available. Okay. And click on yes to confirm and to delete all the required section XML.
Hmm.
So in detail, how this example utility works. Okay.
Okay.
Post request utility. Okay, the post request utility is used to post requests and view responses for a specified server. The post request utility contains the following modes like tabbed and classic. So what this tabbed defines allows you to run multiple requests without launching the multiple instances of example utility. This is the default view and displays a non-tabbed view. Non-tabbed view, what this classic will do now, it will not display multiple requests in the classic. Whereas in tab where you can that will display multiple requests as well, and it
Example
will allow
utility.
you to run as well. Huh?
What does example utility means?
Example utility is nothing but a software tool to debug a particular issue.
Okay. It's a tool.
Yeah, it's a
Debugging
tool.
tool.
Huh,
Okay.
it's a debugging tool.
Okay.
See, example debugger is a debugging tool. Trace
Yeah.
monitor is a debugging tool.
Yeah.
And
Data tester is a debugging tool.
Data tester. No, data tester is not a debugging tool. That's a debugging option available in your manuscript.
Right, right.
It's a debugging tool, but you cannot debug with the large data.
Hmm.
Only like simple, smaller data you can debug in the manuscript.
Okay.
Okay.
So example utility.
So basically, when you are developing the code, okay, you have developed some code. Okay, now the issue is coming in your local.
Yeah.
When you're doing a unit testing, now you don't know why that particular issue is failing. Now you wanted to check why that particular issue is failing. So you need to use this example utility to debug why your issue is failing.
Okay.
And in the while debugging now, you can see why it's failing, where it's failing, why that calculated value is displaying wrong with the some other value. So when you trace it, you will be able to fix in your manuscript and make it work.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why the debugging tools we use.
Okay.
Manually, you cannot think and you cannot check each and every step why it's failing in your manuscript, right? You cannot go in a detailed coding and waste your time. So in order to reduce the time for tracing the issue, this example utility is used.
Yeah.
Okay, in order this will save a lot of time.
Okay.
Something is breaking up in your local, you don't know why it's breaking up. Now you can just directly use the section xml id here and check why the issue is failing, instead of wasting time and instead of opening the manuscript and checking your field id and why comparing the field values with all the remaining field which are dependent. So that will take definitely minimum of 1 hour time to check all the details in a detailed way.
Yeah.
So rather than doing that, you can directly do it in the utility debugging tool
Okay.
and check why the value is displaying wrong. Their field ID is also displayed. So directly you can go in the field ID and make the changes.
Okay.
Run in the post request utility. So post request utility, how you run it? Like you need to click this button will be available in the debugging tool menu bar. Okay. In tool menu, click on the post request, or you can click on directly F9 when you open the debugging tool. Open request or saved on exist. The tabs are restored with the example utility is launched again. Okay. Working with post request pane. So how this post request, what are the a few options available for this post request? View and edit XML details. You can edit what are the XML file you have. Okay, in this. What are
Hmm.
the options available? Server, password, HTTP post, repeat count, repeat response time, request, XML, text response. These are some of the options available. Okay, what the server will do. The URL of the active server, click the drop down arrow to select another server from the list. Suppose you have multiple servers. Okay, multiple policies you have. You wanted to check only the particular server. I mean, like, only the particular policy. Then you need to click the particular server ID itself.
Okay.
So suppose you already have run it and you left for lunch, and when you come back you can directly see your server ID here in the drop down because you already ran it before,
Yeah.
and you can directly click your server ID here. Password of the active server in the sense whatever you are doing in your current local for this to run the server, we will be having a password. So same password you can enter here, nothing but. Okay.
Okay.
HTTP post. Click to post the request. Nothing but to display all your post requests. Repeat count. Enter the number of times to post the request. For example, you wanted to check the particular issue, how many times it's displaying. So when you click on this repeat count option, now it will display how many times the request is failing.
Hmm.
Response time, the time it took to retrieve the response, nothing but how much wait time it took or how much time load time it took to display the particular value. It will display in time. For example, on click of this leave feedback button, the buffer time or load time will be there now. Those how much time it took, you can when you click on this response time, you can see in detail, like it took 10 seconds or 20 seconds, 30 seconds. The details will be displayed.
Okay.
Okay, you can reduce that. You don't want that wait time also to be there. So you can make the changes in your local and do it again. Check whether the response time is reduced or not. Request, the request XML, nothing but when you click on the request, the request XML will be displayed in the debugging tool. XML, click the formality to display the window content, editable text to read only XML. Nothing but when you click on the XML, now what are the data you have got in the XML tab to trace the particular issue, that will be read only content itself. You cannot edit it.
Hmm.
Text. Click the format to display window content from read-only XML to editable text. For example, now, um, for example, in XML tab, and you like particular field is there. Okay, field value you have given on the policy, like while creating a policy is like duck rig you have given. Okay, now you wanted to update the value and check. You can directly do it in the XML. Like the particular value can be edited, but not XML detail cannot be edited. Like response request or request response or wait time. Those all you cannot edit. So you can edit the field value. Okay, now you can update the field value directly in the XML and check the field is getting updated or not.
Okay.
Response in the sense like what are the response requests are there? No, those will be displayed. Collapsing or expanding the XML block. Nothing but the blocks of the request or response can be collapsed or expanded.
Hmm.
Or to collapse or expand the blocks of XML in either of the request or response window, perform one of the following actions. Like click on the next, click this button, next block you want to expand. When you click on the minus icon now, it will collapse. When you click on plus, it will just expand in detail.
Yeah.
Right click inside of the particular window, click on the desired option to collapse or expand. For example, you have that particular screen detail. Now you wanted to, you can right click on the particular screen name and you can click on the right click and give whether to collapse or expand menu. So these are how three options available to collapse or expand any of the XML detail. When you suppose you have multiple you are checking the particular coverage. Okay, the particular coverage will be displayed in multiple times in a particular example. Now we are getting confused to trace where that particular value is displaying. So
Okay.
so see, these are three. Okay, this is one coverage two, coverage three. Now I have checked all the details in the coverage one. I don't want to get confused again where I come back again and here check and okay. Now I'll just collapse this by click on that minus button. Okay. When I collapse it, I'll not come back again here. Now I'll go in the next coverage itself. I'll check
Hmm.
the same name coverage details in the next.
Yeah.
So this will help me to reduce the confusion.
Hmm.
Okay. So in that way, the advantage is like collapsing and expanding details. Auto close XML tag. The auto complete functionality automatically adds the closing XML tag, like with this symbol, like with this anchor tag. Okay, like.
Okay.
Hmm. And other two steps are like in the request pane, right click anywhere and right click menu options open. Okay, you can. That's how you can auto close XML. Okay, click on the auto close XML tag.
Okay.
This is how you can directly, this is how you disable the auto XML. Okay, click on the right click and click on the auto close XML tag, or you can manually enter it.
Okay.
Commenting code in the sense commenting can be applied to the request XML code. You have multiple requests. Now you are getting confused. So you wanted to give a comment. If you give a comment now, you will be you'll not be confused
Hmm.
for your reminding. So how you do it? Like select the piece of the code you wanted to comment and right click on it and toggle comment. Or other way of doing it is like Alt K. Okay.
Yeah.
Posting a request, like you can post a single or multiple requests from a group of requests. How you do it? Like to post a single request, click on the request and click on the HTTP post or click on F5. So to post multiple requests, HTTP post, click on select all the requests you wanted to run. Okay, not a single. Okay, you wanted to run multiple requests. So click on the all the requests you wanted to run and click on the HTTP post and click on F5.
Okay.
So what are the working with the tabs? What are the tabs available in the example utility? Like add a tab, delete a tab, duplicate a tab, move a tab, and rename a tab.